She left and came back. Update 2 years later. Hi guys. I came to the sub out of depression 2 years ago, and I have an update on my thoughts and feelings since then. I 24 male dated my ex 24 female from ages 13 to 21. 8th grade until college graduation. Let's call her Lily. Lily left me after she got into an Ivy League grad school in September 2016. See link to original post above. I was in shock and in some ways still am. She starts contacting me again in early November 2016. I ignore. She showed up and announced at my apartment, having driven 300 miles from her grad school to where I now live and work. She apologized and tried to reunite. I built up walls already and told her politely no thanks, despite desperately wishing we were still together. I was so broken and sad that her arrival at my apartment enhanced my fantasy that maybe we could work it out. After all, I spent my formative years loving this person and yearned for her. She was my whole world still. I called Lily and asked to meet again around Thanksgiving since we will both be back in our hometown. We met, and after I asked specifically, Lily admits she slept with someone. I replied that I'm not interested in reuniting. We both go home grieving. Having grown up with Lily's parents and loving them as my own, I get Lily's mother to confess separately to me that Lily tried to contact her prospective new plaything after they slept together and the new guy told her to get lost, confirming my hunch that I'm Lily's fallback plan. Lily never admitted this to me, but she did later admit that when she left, she had already been asked about by this new guy and that she wanted to say yes, so she dumped me. The pain is too much. I block her on everything. She tries to make contact several times and I don't respond. My mother dies mid-January of 2017. When my father calls Lily's mother to share the news, Lily's mother tells my father that Lily is in a severe depression and has left grad school. I'm lonely and grieving and still in love with Lily, so I visit the day after my mother's funeral. By January, Lily has lost nearly 20 pounds. She was already thin and is borderline catatonic. I go back to my apartment 300 miles away as conflicted as ever. She is in so much pain. Maybe she loves me? Is the narrative that permeates my brain even today. I never took her back, but I never stopped yearning for her. It has been 2 years since all of this happened, and I still wonder if I made the right choice. I think I did, but I also have this tremendous amount of pessimism about people around me. I don't trust my judge of character anymore when I realize the girl I believed to be an angel can abandon me and then come back and try to use me. I've still never met anyone as beautiful as Lily, at least on the inside. Lily and I agreed to meet twice since then, and both times were extremely unpleasant. The first being a superficial show of who is more and moved on, and the second was me expressing regret over wishing I was a better man throughout the relationship. The ex ended up going back and completing grad school, graduating on time June 2018. I still haven't replaced the hole in my life where Lily was. I push away people because I know they will hurt me. If a girl like Lily can cut me so deeply, the kindest soul I have ever met, then everyone else surely will. I'm still lost, and for all I know, she is too. I know what she did is completely selfish and gross, but it can't override all the good she did throughout my formative years. I am in no contact with Lily, but I love and miss her in my life. I'm wondering how to live life without her when even when I'm in bed with another woman, I miss the trust and level of connection I had with Lily. No one knows more about me. No one knows more about her.
It seems like you've accorded this woman and your relationship with her some kind of mythical status in your life. You're continuing to live your life almost as a reaction to this transformative moment. It's understandable, but it's also quite limiting and ties your past like an anchor around your present and future. Lily is neither an angel nor a demon. She's just a woman who loved you and then wasn't sure and ultimately ended the relationship in ways that hurt you both. That sucks, but relationships end. Even ones that were once good, even ones where there is a lot of love. Relationships end and people hurt each other, but it doesn't make the whole relationship a lie, and it doesn't doom every relationship that comes after it, unless you let it by continuing to give it this power over you. Stop debating her motivations. You will never truly 100% know what she was thinking, or how she felt at any given moment, or how much she regrets her actions, etc. Don't drive yourself crazy, and don't chase clarity that you can't have, and which may or may not help even if you could have it. Likewise, stop debating with yourself over whether you made the right decision. Instead, just accept that a decision was made. You stuck to your guns when a lot of people would have folded, and there are likely good reasons for that. The decision is made and is in the past. Leave it there, and focus on your future. You mentioned that you've seen therapists and haven't found it helpful, but maybe you should try again. Speak to a few until you find a right fit. Consider someone who is familiar with CBT, and work to reset the thought loop that carries you back again and again to this painful event that offers you no clarity. You don't owe this relationship, or the breakup, the mental real estate you're giving it right now. Don't spend another 2 years looking back. You are not in love with Lily. You are in love with the ghost of Lily from 2 to 3 years ago. You don't know her anymore. You aren't together. You do not know her mind or what she's thinking. You are in love with the past. You need to find some way to move on from the past. This is all way over-dramatized. You've turned it into the stuff of legends, while it's all pretty mundane and predictable, with a pinch of low self-esteem thrown in. You really need to get a handle on this before you take it with you into your next relationship. Talk to someone. I miss the trust and level of connection I had with Lily. No one knows more about me. You were with her with a long time. You're not being fair to new relationships by implicitly expecting them to have the same level of intimacy and knowledge that you had after literally growing up with Lily. Step back for a minute here. Learn how to live your life without it being built around your old relationship. You grew up around that. It makes sense that it'll take some time to heal. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think you are wrong to say that what she did was selfish and gross. She was a young woman who wanted to date and explore. That is completely normal. She did right thing by breaking it off with you, compared to the alternative of stringing you along. As far as keeping you as a backup plan, are you sure she didn't simply realize that the grass isn't greener on the other side, and she truly loves you? I think it's silly to hold grudges like this out of principle. If you love her years later, then it's worth rehashing. It's like you read Cather in the Rye too many times. You're not hold an exclamation point. Get a hold of yourself, man. Move on. This thing started 11 years ago. Let it die so you can move on. Point 2. ND therapist isn't working. Try a third and a fourth and keep going until you get someone to challenge you to move on. Just because a session is uncomfortable, it doesn't mean it's not helping or even setting up some revelation multiple sessions later. Possibly exclamation point. You have to want to change, man. You need to move on. I would advise cutting all contact because, as someone else said, she is no longer a woman to you. She is this mythical creature of all that is love. Best of luck, op. You have a major problem and are a grade A creep who is hung up on the purity and innocence of women. Read the comments op has in this thread. People write parenthesis you had one breakup. She did not abuse you, she did not betray you, broke up with you before. She tried to date someone else, she tried to correct her mistake and failed. Move the fuck on. It happens to everyone. Everyone. It is absolutely your call not to get back together again after this experience. That's perfectly fine. But leave her the fuck alone, find closure and stop obsessing about how pure or not pure women should be or not be. I'm still waiting to hear what she did that was so wrong. She slept with someone else while you were broken up. She met someone else and wanted to see what else was out there, so she broke up with the guy she'd been with since she was 13. She was super upset about all of it and lost 30 pounds. None of this makes sense. Look, you have a real Madonna/whore thing going on with this girl, and if you don't get her off that pedestal, she's going to fall and break her neck. She's just a person, just like you and me, and breakups suck. It sounds like it was awful timing with your mom, but I doubt she was conspiring to hurt you. I'd bet she was just confused about what she wanted for her life. From what it sounds like, what you want for your life might be Lily back in it. But to do that you have to accept that sometimes people make choices for their lives that might hurt us. Nothing is certain. She wasn't ever going to be just yours. If you can let go of the bitterness and appreciate her for who she is, and not this fantasy you have, you guys might have a shot. Otherwise you've just got to let it go.